Jamal Robinson back again with the circle-of-life.com. So today's date is April 13th, 2026, and it's a Monday. So this is a great time to initiate some new action. So for me, this is what's going on. My wife's got an event coming up. I think it's on May 11th. And it's a semi-formal. It's a big deal. She's being honored at her job, so it's a big moment for her in her career. So I'm going to contradict myself. We, as a couple, are going to contradict ourselves. Because for years, we have told clients that you should not initiate a fitness change based around some type of event. Oh, I'm getting married, or oh, I want to go on a cruise, or oh, my high school reunion is coming up. Why? Because typically those things don't create a strong enough why for people to make lifestyle changes. Now, here is why we're giving ourselves some grace in this contradiction. Because we are not part of the general population. Now, I don't say this to be arrogant or boastful, but we are former competitive bodybuilders. So we are not coming from the standpoint of struggling to be disciplined or struggling to make the right choices. Our challenge a lot of time is time. You know, my wife's 50, I'm 49. We got young children, busy with with work and business ventures. And so those things create more of a challenge than discipline. But excuses don't suffice. What we've had to do is learn, okay, how do we adjust to the way life is now? Right? So we're thankful that discipline is not really an issue. Now that doesn't mean that we don't mess up. We mess up a lot. But the thing is, what I mean by discipline, we don't need anybody to stand over us to make us go work out. We don't need anybody to stand over us to eat a certain way. All right? Out here in the garage, we've got a step meal and an elliptical, and we use them frequently. Okay, so it's not one of those situations where we got these things and they become a place for clothes to be hung on. So I'm saying all this to explain why I'm making this contradiction, that this is not some type of quick thing. We are ready to get back into a certain type of fitness condition or shape. And we're older now, so it's not about vanity. It's also about, it's a compliment to your health to be in a certain degree of shape. But we still are human and we still have egos, right? So we're using this event as a little encouragement or a catalyst to getting the process started. So we get going, use this event as something for us to push towards, because when we were competing, you were pushing towards a deadline, and the deadline would be you got to be on stage on such and such date. So for us, deadlines really help us out. So we're using that as something as a motivator. The plan is for me to drop, I'm setting a goal for myself to drop 10 pounds by May 11th. So in about a month, to take off about 10 pounds. Now that's an average of what, 4 weeks? That's like 2.5 pounds a week. It's doable. Now again, I've had to think through this and figure out how you're going to do this around your schedule, because there's always something that comes up every week that kind of hits you out the blue. So let me tell you what I've initiated today. I've gone back to my plan of train the front part of my upper body one day, anterior, and then tomorrow Tuesday, I will train posterior, so all the backside of my upper body. That is my rear deltoids, my rhomboids, my latissimus dorsi, my triceps, and I'll probably throw in a little bit of calves, okay? Then Fridays, my wife and I typically work out together on Friday and we do our legs. The reason I've gone to this schedule, trying to get the whole body done in 3 days, is because, like I said, time is always an issue with us. So I've had to learn how to adjust and give up this thing of it from the bodybuilding world. You know, it's like we break the body up into parts, right? And you train 4 or 5 times a week. You might do chest and arms one day, you might do shoulders, then back has a day, then legs has a day, then we might come back and do shoulders again for a second. Well, we don't have the time luxury like we used to, so we have to make it work. So this is the plan for this week. Because those workouts are longer, the anterior, posterior, then that's more time I'm in the gym, so I compromise, cut back on my cardio. I do 12 minutes of HIIT, high intensity interval training cardio, before I do my workout, my weight training workout. And I know typically you want to do it after because you burn more fat. Well, at this age, the cardio before the workout gets my joints warmed up, okay, so that I'm less prone to having an injury during the workout. So I do 12 minutes cardio. That is 1 minute slow, next minute sprint. 1 minute slow, next minute sprint. Do that all the way for 12 minutes. And my plan, this is what my plan is, to shock my body, something I have not done in years. The goal is tonight, which is Monday, and Tuesday, that I'm going to go out there in the garage with the humidity up, and I'm going to do 20 minutes of cardio this evening on the step mill. This evening and Tuesday evening, 20 minutes of cardio on the step mill, which means I've got to get my meals in earlier so that I don't have a full stomach this evening and I can do my cardio. And also I want to cut back on my last meal, as far as, in other words, get my last meal in earlier in the evening so that I can be more in tune with my circadian rhythm. All your organs move in a rhythmic pattern, and they're all working, doing different jobs at different times of the day. When it comes to digestion, in the evening, your digestive organs are already primed to start breaking things down. So the later we eat, the more we throw off the circadian rhythm of our digestive organs, which then inhibits our metabolism. So I needed to cut back anyway as far as finishing my meals earlier. So by adding this, it's going to help. It's going to push me because I'm going to be more fatigued, but such is life. You have to figure out a way to make life work for you based on what your responsibilities are. And so this is what I've been racking my brain, is sitting like, okay, man, you're still not maximizing your time. What can you do? What can you do? So yesterday I just sat and thought, it's like, okay, this is how I'm going to attack this week. And then what I'll do is, one day out of the week, I'll just do 40 minutes of cardio here at the house, because Monday and Tuesday I've already done all of my upper body. So I don't need to drive to the gym. I'll just go out here in the garage, and the goal is to get, I want to say 30 to 40 minutes of cardio, and then try to get another 30 to 40 minutes of cardio another day of the week. Yesterday I did 40 minutes, so that kind of put me ahead of schedule. So now if I can get in 2 more days of 40 minutes of cardio, I'm really ahead. And what happens is, it shocks my body. My body is like, your body is like a computer, right? And it's taking in data, and your metabolism is like your body's natural accounting system. It is measuring, because metabolism is catabolism and anabolism. Cannibalism is the breaking down of things. Anabolism is the building back up from what has been broken down. And the metabolism is the overarching name of all of those processes coming together. It's metabolism. So to shock my body and to jolt my metabolism, in other words, to move faster in the breakdown and the processing, then I need to add components in that's like, whoa, my body's like, oh, what's going on? Okay, so if I change up some things with the food, or more importantly, be more consistent with the food. That's the thing. For us, it's consistency. And then with the workout, a jolt of a little extra effort, a change up in how the workout is done, all those things, it confuses the body. And in that time of confusion, that's when we have fat loss and subcutaneous water loss and drop a few pounds. So what I'm going to do now is show what my first meal is for the day. What time is it? It's like almost 11 a.m. So I'm going to do my first meal. I've got some pasture raised eggs here. We get this, I think, from Whole Foods. This is this keto bread based culture. You know, it's definitely some healthy tasting bread, I tell you that. It's a difference from what you would normally get with your typical bread, but at least it's something to where you feel like you're still getting some bread. So I'll get my pan heated up. I'm just going to scramble these eggs. This evening, what I'll probably do is boil me some eggs, so it'll be just to be a lot easier. I am this morning 340 pounds, so I need more protein than the average person. So I'm going to do 8 eggs, which is still conservative. 8 eggs will give me 48 grams of protein. I eat the entire egg, of course, because eggs are loaded with healthy fats in that yolk. And it's one of the most bioavailable forms of protein that you can get, albumin. So you just can't beat an egg. 2, 4, 5. I need 3 more. Okay, I think that's 8. 3, 6, yeah. All right, let's get this thing popping. Put me a little bit of sea salt. Take me a little bit of pepper in mine. My wife hates pepper in her eggs, but since it's just me, I'll go ahead and throw me some in. I got my toast going. Get my eggs ready to roll. So in our pan, you got to be really careful with your oils. We use this pure avocado oil. You can get this at Sam's. So ingredients, avocado oil. That's it. You don't want to use canola oil, vegetable oil, and any of the seed oils, because they have carcinogenic properties. What we do is we pour this over into little spray bottle like this, and then this, we make our own little oil spray. You don't want to be using that spray on Pam, none of that stuff. It's no good. So pan should be pretty hot. I don't like wasting food, obviously. This pan really not big enough for 8 eggs, but because eggs have such a can have such a gamey type of odor, we only use certain pans to cook our eggs in. Got my toast. Turn that heat off because the rest can cook in just the heat of the pan will cook the rest. Let's get ready to eat. So here we go. Meal 1. 8 eggs, organic keto bread. My children didn't eat the apples that I cut up for them this morning, so I'll have the rest of these. Put me a little bit of salsa on my eggs. Then when I'm done eating, I will take me 4 of these Premier multivitamins. I really love these. You get, it's a multivitamin and multi-mineral all in one. These are bioavailable. I'm not getting paid for mentioning these. It's just a public service announcement. High quality vitamins. I'll take me a chlorophyll gel cap, and that'll do it. So if I'm able, I'll document all my meals for the day. I'm going to try to do that. But until the next time, bon appetit, salute, health and wellness to you. And remember, if you're looking to reclaim your health and wellness, it all starts with a scan, then you learn, and then you act. circle-oflife.com. Peace.